Guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do John Byrne's Babe, issue number 404 by Dark Horse Comics. So we're going to pick up where we left off. That's what I'm trying to say. Babe and the crew are not out of the wood yet because in the last issue there was a wizard coming. I mean, he tells himself, to the others that he's a wizard. And the other's saying, hey, what are you doing? And he says, who are you? He says, suffice it to say, I'm a wizard. We established that. And we are passing through a dimensional nexus. And all these people, like Gideon here, says, hey, release us at once. And then the wizard comes up in his face. He says, hey, you are in a position to make demands. You are in stasis. You cannot do anything. He says, we need to go to our destination, and then Babe shall be dealt with. But then, so they arrive, and so he says, hey, now you can relax, and because if you don't, then, there's no place you can go anywhere in this volcano-like alien planet. Yeah. So they are trapped here, but then also these people are saying, "Hey, what do you want to do with Babe? Why is she so important, etc." And this creature explains that their magic and the interaction of the teleportation beam created this unfortunate situation. Why is Babe so important? Well, we're going to find out. But then also, how do you say? What's his name? Ralph. Ralph is Ralph is an idiot. He talks to everyone he's basically, he can be a dick, and then so the wizard said, hey, maybe you are talking, are being taught a lesson, because he says to the wizard, he says, hey, Noodle Nose, and basically says, hey, is this your fault, and blah blah blah. And then he says, Noodle Nose, a curious, what's that word, appellation, but more applicable for you. So he's teaching him a lesson. Then Sylvia says, hey, he's actually a nice guy, please turn him back, he will behave, etc. And then Babe is now finally talking again. And so the big reveal is that she is actually 5 women rolled into one. And Sylvia explained that somehow, and probably in the last issues, but maybe I haven't paid attention, because how did she come to that conclusion? I don't know, but she is now, this place made her more clear-headed. She knows, she doesn't know what's going on, but she's now basically more herself. She has her own personality. And but then the wizard says, yes, it's correct. I compliment you on your deductive powers, mortal. And now the time has come to effect a separation. Okay, so they want to undo that for reasons. But then we see Gideon here, and he's listening to these creatures. And he says, now let them talk first. We're going to get out of here, and maybe we come, to an agreement. And then... So basically, these people are a little bit in uproar, and says, hey, what do you want to do with Babe? And then the wizard says it's going to be painless, and these others don't trust it. And then this wizard is explaining her origins, if you will. So it seems that he and his brother is fighting some kind of an evil, powerful wizard. It's called Absalom, and they are it says here that for 60 nights and for 60 days, they are battling him, and they are almost winning, or on the verge of winning, but then they have a traitor in their midst. If that's not a Mickey Mouse reference, with the wizard and the cartoon, then I don't know what's going on. So this let's call him Mickey. So Mickey goes back to their citadel where they hold their magical powers in this giant orb. He smashes it, and then the orb and the powers are, going, it explodes. And then it seems that on Earth with the plane here, there's a couple of women, and there's some, because of the lightning, they are a little bit in how do you say, in panic, and they say, "Hey, hold on to each other," because there's the shakiness of the turbulence of the plane. So it somehow this beam hits the plane, and then in combination with a lot of other factors, and then, well, Babe was born, and then she fell out of the plane and into the water, and that's how Ralph found her on, near the sea, in issue number 1, and yeah, that's it. And now they want to undo that. Why? I don't know. I don't know. What is the reason? Okay, so I mean, this is another dimension. What do you care what happens in the other dimension, right? It's not that they have to get their magic back because they're not talking about it. It's just, oh well, yeah, it dispersed on in a safe way. I mean, dude, it's your magical powers. Wouldn't you be a little bit more, I don't know, upset? Well, they don't. Anyway, so it seems that she has not 5 people rode onto one, and that she's strong and tough like 5 people. She is actually 25, and this wizard says, yeah, she is probably she's more powerful than that. So, and then this is happening, like this, and yeah, these women are now separated. So Babe is no more, and Ralph says, "Hey, how come they all got the same outfit on? When I found Babe, she was naked." And I thought to myself, okay, why is that relevant? Maybe Ralph was joking. It's not really relevant, but the wizards say this. Yes, the fusion destroyed the clothing the 5 women were wearing. But we are aware of the sensitivity your mortals have to such things as public nudity. I laugh so hard. Yes. Oh, the sensitive Americans. Sorry, American watchers, but it's so weird. I mean, if you see a tit or something, and they go, "Ooh, that cannot be," but they are also, America is one of the biggest countries that made hardcore porn. It's so yeah, contradiction. The contradiction is all over the place. I mean, so all these women are just in shock, and they arguing with each other, but also says, "Hey, I know you. I was in a motel with you." And he says, "Wait a minute," says Ralph. "I've never seen her in my life." And Sylvia says, "Ralph," and then this other woman says, "Oh my goodness, you're Sylvia, aren't you? And I remember something about you saying you love this man." And Ralph says, "What?" And she says, No, I didn't say that. Yeah, the other one says, "Yes, you did." So yeah, it seems that all these women remember what happened when they are fused together, etc. And they are just, every time that Babe said something, one of them tried to be dominant, the dominant personality, etc. So and then out of nowhere, Gideon comes and he says, "Hey, listen, you're going to do what I say because I have this weapon here." But then these wizards says, "Hey, this device is the most dangerous, but you probably don't know how to handle that," which is true. How did he get those weapons? I don't know. But then Mickey Mouse, Mickey comes here, and he basically was behind him, and the wizard says, "Hey, weren't you dead in the explosion at that time?" And he says, "No, I'm alive," and he's talking in human form, and also explain how this particular device works. So he's basically demanding that Gideon raises his attention towards them, and with them I mean, I don't know, Ralph and his goons, or maybe the wizards. And but Gideon says, "No, just a moment. Borox, that's his name, but our deal was between just the 2 of us." And the wizard said, "Do not be foolish. You don't have the wisdom to properly manipulate such power." And then this is happening, so everybody's losing their minds and wants to know what's going on, and etc. And then her son, who has been kidnapped by Gideon and his goons, he says, "I found a neat computer game." And the wizard is in panicking. He says, "No." So I thought to myself, okay, now it's going to happen, right? No. So somehow John Byrne said, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna do anything with these magical creatures anymore." So somehow they've been teleported back to Earth, and they're now in this room with this Hollywood producer, and they tell their story, and they want to make a movie. They want to make a movie with the story, and they say, well, every other producer, kicked us out, and they didn't believe us, but surely you do. And he says, nah, I'm not going to do that. Here's my telephone number, call me. And then he says, did I do well, master? And so Gideon is here too. So Gideon says, no one in Hollywood will listen to the story, and until such time as I discover a way to reclaim Babe. And that's the whole thing with Gideon. That's it. So meanwhile, all these other people, all these women, want to go there, pick up their own lives, and they are, saying goodbye or something. And then Sylvia and Ralph go back to their, to their offices. And Ralph is a little bit bummed, and Sylvia is sad that although she knew Babe just for in a short time, she, was getting attached to her. And Ralph says, well, she was my ticket out of here, so I'm bummed too. And she didn't like that answer and kicks him. So I like the humor. But then this is happening later. Isn't this epilogue? Eprologue. What's that? Anyway, 6 months later, so one of these women that are just, reclaiming their lives. And so it seems these cashiers, or how you say it, having, chatting with each other and being lazy. And she says, hey, excuse me. And then this cashier says, or whatever her name is, says, oh, geez, can a person even have a private conversation around here? Keep your shirt on, honey. It's not like any of this junk is going to melt. And she's been pissed off. She says, this is the very last time. The next time I will be, she's going to make a fuss. And I'm going to stand up for my rights as a customer, right? And then this is happening. So out of nowhere, crocodile people with technology and weapons are here for her, I guess. I'm not sure. Looks great, though. And then somehow it triggers something, and then all these women that, was Babe before disappear. So, and it continues in Babe 2, Volume 2, which I have. So, yeah, the story's not over yet, but and oh, by the way, we have also this mini story with, what's this? It's so nonsense. It's so weird. It's more like for children, I guess, but I'm not entirely sure. Which is weird. I mean, this looks like a children's story, but then we have also, I don't know, half-naked women in this comic. It's just so weird. And look at this. Funny. Anyway, so is this good? I don't know, because we were going somewhere with the wizards, then it just stopped. We don't see the wizards again. Probably they were in panic and just teleported them all away. And then we're going to continue in Volume 2, which has only 2 comics, 2 issues, nothing more than that. And that's going to wrap up the story, I guess. So I just don't know. It's just weird. They've been kidnapped by aliens. Then Gideon kidnapped the son of Sylvia. And then we've been revealed who Babe actually is and what she can do. But then we're being teleported to another dimension where Wizards wants to turn that around, but not sure why. And then when the shit hits the fan, they are not there anymore. Like John Byrne blinked them out of existence. Guys, I don't know what to say. Let's stop here, and we're gonna continue in Babe Volume 2. See you later, guys. Bye bye.